Hello everyone and welcome along to the channel. I'm PGA Tour 2K25 and today we are going to test out for myself personally anyway to see if it does actually make a difference. I'm pretty sure a few guys have already done videos similar to this, but that is to see if fittings actually do make a difference to your round. Now I played around at a course earlier on about 2-3 hours ago. I had played around before that as a kind of a warm-up. All I've done now since I got back onto the game is just do you would have seen my last video, that I just did the 10 warm-up swings on the driving range with the driver. What we're going to be doing in this one is we are going to use the gold clubs. So as you can see, all of them, they're up on Sapphire and they have all their fittings that come with it as well. I haven't changed any fittings, so it's just all the default fittings that are on them. So you can pause and have a little look at what ones we have if you don't have these clubs at all. The only difference that I have made to this bag is I have swapped out the gold ball for the Pro V1X. No fittings on this. I never play with fittings on the ball, so ball is default for both this and what will be the Ghost round that you'll see in the background as well. But yeah, I just swapped out to the Pro V1 just so it's a little bit easier for you guys to see it on screen, because I think the gold ball can come across a little bit difficult to see in certain lighting and stuff like that. And then the Ghost round is going to be with the Hickory clubs. As you can see, there are no fittings. These are up on Sapphire as well, but there are no fittings applied whatsoever to any of the clubs in this bag, and the same with the ball. If you were the Ghost ball or the Ghost round is going to be using the Hickory Feathery Warren. Again, no fittings. So the course that we're going to use, I have turned turn order on. I may leave it on for the full round. I'm going to speed through each shot, but otherwise I'll just turn order off maybe if it feels like it's dragging on a little bit too long. But the course that we are going to be playing anyway for today is a personal favorite of mine, real life course, and that is Coeur Resort. This one is by Palo. If there is a few versions of this course, one of them is nothing like the actual course itself, but if you do want to play it yourself, if you haven't even heard of the course before, do check this course out. Absolutely fantastic course. Again, go for this one, designed by Palo. Absolutely fantastic course. So course details, I will show you the full course settings as well. For what we have, we are going to be playing from the black tees, as you can see, from underneath both golfers. Now the golfer on the right, which will be the Ghost one, obviously, and see that there is the gold clubs there. That's just obviously because I have it defaulted for the gold club bag, so it's going to show them. It's not going to show the hickories or anything like that. Actually, no, sorry, it's not because they're defaulted. It's because it is that's golf bag 1. It always shows a golf bag 1, but we'll be using the hickories. So as you can see, we've got turn order turned on. Everything is set to default. We'll leave the crowds on. So the course conditions for default will be normal fairways, soft greens, and fast green speed. And we're going to be playing, obviously, say from the tips, those at the black tee is 6,457 yards. Now, when I played earlier on, the conditions were not too bad. The winds were fairly calm. When we get down onto the course, I'll show you the actual difficulty that we have it set up. It's just your basic sort of round. It is on master swing and all that stuff, but I will just quickly scroll down through that. Excuse me, just so you can see. Just so we're not dragging this on too long. As I say, I'm not sure how long it'll take with having a ghost ball in play as well. So here we are, first tee. Let's just quickly go in, and I'll just show you the difficulty settings, as I say. So as you can see, it was the exact same setup for the previous round, which the ghost ball would be doing, and as master swing, rhythm preferences on, swing bias, all this is on, vibration off, fly range classic, distance off, no putt previews, course yardage on, all the Pro Vision stuff is off, scout camera on, light grid, green grid on, setup feedback is on, preference out, marker only for the aim marker, and full wind display. So that is the settings, and yet again I need to adjust the volume in my headset. The PS5 actually did, or Sony latest patch, they added in this new, let's get that out of the way. Oh, if I remember right, I did a similar shot off the tee. No, actually, I did make the fairway. Oh, hit the tree. Already we're in a bad place. That's what happens when you're talking. But yeah, they recently did added in an audio enhancement kind of feature. I can't remember the actual name for it, with the latest patch. There we go. And it amplifies certain sounds, so I have to just I might turn that off from now on whenever actually actually recording. So here's our first tee shot with the hickories again. As I say, no fittings whatsoever. Yes, I can actually speed these shots up, that's okay. So we're in a bit of trouble here now with the gold clubs. I won't spoil the score for what I did shoot with the hickories. So par 5, 221. I'm going to play 218. Not too bad of a lie. We just need to try and get under this tree and over the next one. I think we might have done it. So yeah, I will speed up a lot of shots just so the video doesn't go on too long. So here's our second shot on the hickories. I don't know what's going on with the clouds in the background as well. Very straight lines. So yeah, didn't hit the green with our second shot in the previous. But nice little flop shot onto the green. Now, I think there's going to be a little bit over the green line. Might be a 1.5. There's a track in we go. Alright, birdie start for the gold clubs. How do we get on with the hickories? I already know, but I'm not going to spoil it. It's a birdie start for everybody. Actually, no, sorry. Wait, what? Hold on. Which one of us is 2 under par? Did I get an eagle there? I do just need to see that. Did I get that on in 2? I've already forgotten what way that hole went, but apparently, yes, we got an eagle there. I thought I did. I didn't realise I got on in 2. See, that's what happens when you're talking. I don't focus fully. You're probably all looking at your screen saying, yeah, North, you got on in 2. And you put it for eagle. So there is not much distance. Actually, what is the wind like? Yeah, because the wind was fairly calm. I think it was only gusting. I think the highest it got up to on 1 or 2 holes is about 9 miles per hour. But otherwise, it was in and around. Lovely approach shot from the hickories. Otherwise, it was floating in around pretty similar conditions, actually, 4 to 6 mile per hour. So 152 is what we're left with. It's going to play roughly 156. So that's pretty good. A little bit of attack angle on loft, I think. Now I've got to pull that. I mean, we're still got a birdie putt, but don't know. A little bit right to left, more so on the right to left. I think we'll go just about right edge. Ooh. Yeah, I think maybe just right edge. A little bit of a push, pull, whatever on the thing. Just enough, a little bit further outside. So we're not going to get a birdie there. Didn't get a birdie here either with the hickories. So and just tap that in for par. Alright, so we're going to stay 2 under against 1 under. As we hit the 3rd hole, par 3. Absolutely love this course. Yeah, it is definitely inside my top 5 favourite courses. So 154, we're going to play about 152. We will choke back on that. Then again, a little bit of attack angle and some spin. And then proceed to push it, but at least it's on the green. That was a horrible camera angle, don't know what that was all about. Looking at the trees. Looks like I pushed it again, similar location on the green. Where's our marker? Just at the bottom right side of the screen, so not too much in the difference again. I want to say this is probably around about here. Might be a little bit more, but we shall see. Little bit of a pull on the swing paths. So came up a little shy. How do we get on with hickories? pretty much the same. Okay, tap in pars for both of us as we move on to hole number 4, which is par 4, 299 yards. Now I do recall I went for it in 1 with the hickories. Let's pop ourselves over to a draw as far as we can without the bias shifting. Ooh, he doesn't like it. I don't like it. That's not good. Thankfully, it's out of bounds. I'll happily tee that up again. As you can see here, was with the hickories, no fittings at all. Just off that side of the green. Alright, let's try that again, because we definitely have to try and do something now. After that, that was a bit of a horrible pull on our hook on that. So that's a little bit better. Not going to be on the green though. That is, oh, 4 right. Oh. So this is a bit of a problem. We'll have to go with a, well, it might be okay with a spinner. I'm gonna actually have to rely on the setup meter now at the moment because I cannot see. So something like that. We got a perfect all around. So this is going to be at least a bogey now, which is not good. And even though I know obviously what I shot earlier on using the hickory clubs, I'm not trying to make those be a better round or anything like that. I am playing as normal. I obviously do want to shoot as low as I can. Is it good? We escaped with a single bogey, thankfully. So horrible tee shot, horrible follow-up. So, gonna... Did that scorecard not update there now? Hold on. Right, here's our hickories off the tee first. See, fantastic shot into that green. Nice central pin, but just let me have a look. Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah. It's flipped around. That's what I was looking. Hold on, how is there still a -2 and a -1? See, again, I don't pay attention. 119, I'll play about 115. So we'll just do a little bit D-loft and attack angle on that. Little bit of a push. So not as close as with the hickories. But we'll roll it in for a birdie. Just about caught that left edge, it looks like. And obviously straightforward tap in birdie there. Okay, so hickories now in the lead again, still by 1 stroke. A little bit short and left on that one. So 158, or take about 22 off that. We're around to 66, so that's going to be 146. And with that wind, 152. That should be, might go a little long, but should be otherwise pretty much bang on for a choke down 9-iron. Oh, I have pushed that one. Now it was close contact as well, so hopefully just off the right side of the green. Oh, hit the pin. Just thankfully caught the lip, but otherwise that might have travelled on quite a lot further. Did I drain this one? Off to the right and a little short again. I over swung that, as you can see, 47%. So that is another stupid bogey for me. So off to a good start, getting an eagle on the first hole, and now we're kind of struggling here. So 2-stroke advantage now for the hickories. I'm going to try and get something going here with the gold clubs. I don't really play with them. Very, very rare do I play using them now, because I just genuinely prefer playing without the fittings. So lovely draw off the tee there. For the 7th, we'll try and recreate that again. Hopefully not hook it. Same but left edge of that bunker. Alright, decent. Oh, it should. Well, it's in the rough, but maybe right left edge of the bunker wasn't the ideal aim and spot to go for. Right, 107 coming out of the rough. So I think if we choke back a little bit of spin, bit of close contact again, just about crept its way onto the green, but that's a good look at a birdie there. So hopefully we can claw. Drop shot back. Again, just solid approach with the hickory clubs. And we're in. Okay, so back to 2 under for the gold clubs. Move to 4 under for the hickories. Down that left side. Does bank to the right, so got a little fortunate there. If it had been anyway level, could have been in a spot of bother in the rough. Right, let's see how we get on with the driver here. I've pushed it again. Now, a good few people have been saying this, noticed that the last couple of days, last 2-3 days anyway, the swing, it's very unpredictable. Now, I did notice I was kind of a little bit all over the place, even having played a warm-up round earlier on. That's not too bad, kind of balancing itself out with the swing path and the contact. But yeah, that are still getting quite a few pushes and pulls throughout the round. But a lot of people have been saying that the swing just seems to be very erratic. Also, as well, when I was playing earlier, right now, because this is how I 99% of the time play, I'll just take this putt really quick. Didn't think that was going to turn there for a second. But yeah, 99% of the time, this is how I play. Now, with the controller wired directly into the PS5, and with the controller set for USB instead of Bluetooth, for more consistent swing and cut out as much latency as possible and so on and so forth. When I was playing with the hickory clubs earlier, I actually didn't realize, I wasn't paying attention throughout most of the round, as you're probably well aware by now that I don't pay attention half the time. But yeah, I actually had the controller wire, because I used that to charge my phone as well. I had that plugged into the socket underneath my desk. I was charging my phone just beforehand, and then I just plugged in the controller. Wasn't thinking. So I was actually playing by Bluetooth with the hickory clubs, which is usually throwing my swing right off, or definitely not as consistent as what it can be. There's a good tee shot there. He's twirling that club. Split that bottleneck. And whew, so we left ourselves, 27 yards shorter off the tee there. Again, winds might have been slightly different here and there, just in terms of direction. Strength, the overall strength and speed of the wind seems to be pretty similar. Maybe 1 or 2 miles per hour at most in the difference. That's about it. Okay, so 270 to the pin. I think I choke back to a 5 wood. That's a good one. Heard that whoosh. Now how far is it going to get on? I could have maybe just choked back on the 3 wood there. So I left with a 34 footer. A little flop shot. And that pretty much guarantee a birdie there. I think we're going to go about half out. It is going to turn back to the left right at the end. Oh, beautiful strike on that one. Now, is it going to turn enough? Come on. Oh, just died. Just died a death at the end there. So, 2 tap in birdies go to -4 for the gold clubs. And -6 for the hickories. Okay, so starting off the back 9. I'm biting my tongue. I do not want to spoil the overall score here for what I did shoot with the hickories earlier on. That's a good strike. But all in all, it's got to play fairly well. Again, like not much difference in yardage, considering the fact like we got power fittings, control, stuff like that on the gold clubs. Beautiful approach shot in there from the hickories. Let's see if we can recreate it now. A few yards closer, 122 to the pin. Definitely want to choke back and a little bit of spin on there. Just that 2 mile per hour wind. I've pulled it again. Bad contact. Is it going to stay on the green? Yeah, it should do. Just about. Don't know if that's out enough. Oh, just another hair out to the left. I needed to aim that. Okay, tap in par as the hickories move to 7 under. So first par 5 of the back 9 coming up. Water down the left with that stream. Alright, solid tee shot. We have got 0 mile per hour wind now. So get a good strike off that one. Where's that hickory ball? Can I see it? Can I see it anywhere? I can't. That's the problem when you don't use a white ball. We are well past that actually. Good 11 yards past it. So second shot into this par 5. And just barely clings onto the back of the green. Gold clubs, we're left with 270. I'm going to play about 216. We'll play 209. No, we go for 203. We have 0 wind. It's a good strike. It's not coming back to the left. The ball was quite a bit above the feet. I'd say actually if I had just choked down the 5-iron, would have been a little bit better. Still an eagle putt though. I want to say, how aggressively is this going to break? I don't think it's a full 2. We'll come in just inside it. A little bit of an overswing. Our swing path was not the best. That was nowhere near a 2. It was closer to just barely a 1.5. Maybe 1 out. Just that yellow line looked like it was going to break a bit more. So eagle putt here for the hickories. And in she goes. So we'll tap in birdie from 5 feet. Take the golds to 5 under par. So the hickories have a 4-stroke lead over us. Pushed right by the looks of things. Did make it onto the green though. And left with, will I say, a 28-foot putter. A 28-footer is what I meant to say. Let me see, 216. So it's going to play, take 7 off. That is going to be about 209. Definitely want to play 203. It looks like it will sit a little bit quicker. Again, it's kind of balanced. It's still coming a little bit left, but... Oh, hello. A little kick to the right. So we're a bit closer there. 16 foot. Did we get this one? We did. Again, I already know, but I just don't want to spoil it for you guys. Let you see exactly what I shot. That's not turning. Now it's turning. Thankfully, that has dropped in there as well for a birdie. All right, so still Hickories have the 4-shot lead. Now, this hole, I was saying to myself earlier, I can't remember if it was 2K21 or the Golf Club 2019. I holed out on this one off the tee, got a hole in one, so obviously par 4. Didn't get it here this time, so just shy of the green with the Hickories. Wind was again, if I remember correct, fairly similar, so we need to hit a good strike here. We did, that was beautiful. Now, where is it going to kick to? That's come up shorter. I'm trying to remember if I just held back a little bit on the backswing with the Hickories for that, just to give it an extra 1 or 2% in power. I think I want to go with a flop shot here, just to get it check up as quick as we can. And at least I know, like if I use a thigh spinner or something like that, I might not get it. That's another shot that I very, very rarely use, so I'm not used to its distances, how quickly it checks up. But a little chip here from the Hickories and straight in, just wrapped itself around the back of the pin, and in it goes. Standing there looking all feckin' smug with himself. Right, but tap that in for the bird. And move to 7 under on the gold clubs. What are we at now? We are at 12 under par on the Hickories. Again, no fittings whatsoever on the Hickory clubs. Yes, they are evolved up to sapphire. Looking out my window, it looks like it is going to lash rain. So here we are, one of my favourite golf holes ever, the par 3 14th. Floating island green. And solid shot into the green from the Hickories. So here we go, 186. Going to play about 180, if I remember correct. Because, oh my, the carry distances are actually fairly similar. We'll choke back on the 7-iron and just give it a, if I remember right, this is pretty much what I did. I'm trying to remember if I actually had a bit of a tailwind in the earlier round. Oh, it'll be on, but that's going to be a long putt. That is going to be a long putt. Oh, it's coming back down. So that's going to be a long, quite a difficult putt. Big. Right to left up the hill. We're definitely going to go about 2 on this one, I think, roughly. Just make sure it's on the line. Is... Oh, now I've overswung that. Kind of turn a little bit more. Come on, come on, come on. Oh. Just missed it on the right side, but good read nonetheless. And there's our Hickory ball dropping in the hole once again. So tap in par for the goals. Hickory clubs now have a 6-stroke lead over us. That's the tee of the 15th. Thought I was going to be in a bit of trouble there with that one, but thankfully it did kick itself out. So it is a par 5. Try and get a little bit of extra oomph out of it, 102%. So, can we see the Hickory ball? No. I get my glasses back on. There we are. We are 22 yards back behind the Pro V1. But it's only a short par 5. Like, it's not an overly long course, but it's just such a beautiful course. If you've never played it in the game, or again, as I say, if you've never even heard of it, do check it out. Absolutely wonderful course. Highly, highly recommended. But again, as I say, do just play the version that is designed by Palo. 133, going to play about 132. I think tiny touch of loft alone on this should be good for the 50 degree. Little bit of open contact. It should still make the right side of the green though. Alright, that's not bad. So 14 footer here. And in she goes. Now we got a 10 footer here. What? Oh my god, look at again, the contact. I mean, I'm doing nothing, absolutely nothing different. I'm like, there's contact fitting, yeah, putting contact, rhythm, the whole lot on, like, set on this putter. And I'm doing nothing different. So, I don't know what, obviously, as I say, I'm used to playing constantly with no fittings on any of the clubs or the ball. Always, 100%, definitely, no fittings on the ball. But how I can be struggling when I'm doing nothing any different, nothing different apart from talking. A little bit of a push. Should be okay though. Absolutely nothing different in terms of how I'm holding the controller, how I'm setting up my shots. And yet I'm struggling with the gold clubs, which have fittings all across and they're leveled up onto Sapphire or evolved onto Sapphire. Right, 107, so that should be bang on. We have a little bit, it's a bit of a backstop and a runoff. A little bit of spin, I think. Alright, that's a good strike. Looks like it's coming back a little bit more right than I'd like, but no, that's fine. No more than 6 feet there. And that's 3-4 feet there for the hickories. Okay, get that bird in. I'd hope I'd make that one. As we move on to hole number 17. I mean, as you can see, the hickories are 16 under par. Versus 9 under par with the gold clubs. Drive the green in 1 with the hickories, so we should be able to get here with the gold clubs now. 245, gonna play about 242. I don't think the 4-iron's gonna get there. I think we will choke back, pull it back a little bit as well, I think. And then put a draw on. Bit of a push on the swing path, closed face for the contact, but it is, oh, just off. Alright, that's not too bad, that's not bad. Let's see how we can chip. Oh, I was hoping it would have taken a little kick to the right there at that slope. Just bounced straight. Just missed that one for another eagle. I think I was getting a bit greedy because it's, if I remember, it was 3 eagles in total. Got on a back 9 here, so we'll push that to 10 under par. As the hickories move to 17 under par. Alright, the final hole, par 4. 462 yards. Down straight at the fairway, 299 off the tee. Little bit of a push. It's not too bad though. Again, similar. So 309, so we got an extra 10 yards there. Give or take. 156 left in with the gold clubs. 168 here with the hickories. Sits relatively quick. I thought it was just going to catch that slope there and run off the back. So yeah, we got a little lucky there with that one. Right, 156 playing about 155. We choked that back, should I say. Maybe just a little bit of spin. We have got a downslope leading up to the hole. Good strike. So good final approach in. Kind of take that little slope down a little bit for us. That's not too bad. Should be around about 10 feet. for a final birdie attempt. 15 feet here for the hickories with no fittings in it goes. That's 18 under par. Versus, what did we get there? 12 under par, I think it was. With the gold clubs, which have fittings applied across the board. 11 under par. So a 7-shot lead with the hickory clubs. Again, no fittings at all attached on the clubs and on the ball. We'll finish up on the scorecard itself. But again, like, I mean, there we go. The driver had what? Power, swing path, rhythm, and contact fittings. Both the woods had power, swing path, rhythm, and contact as well, so about the same. The irons had shaping, rhythm, recovery, and transition. The wedges had swing path, rhythm, correction, and transition. And the rhythm was on +8 as well. What were the others all? So the rhythm was on +8, it seems, for all of them. Yeah, the rest are on +4. And then the putter had, again, weight, rhythm, and contact. And again, +8 on the rhythm there, and +4 for the other two. And again, as you see, no fittings on the ball whatsoever. That is 100%. I will never use. I've said it a number of times already in this video alone. I will never use fittings on the balls. So there you go. There's the scorecard comparison. Obviously, the top row on each is the gold clubs, and then just absolutely flawless back nine from the hickory clubs. Again, what was it? It was hole 16, trying to go for another cheeky eagle. Was it hole 16? No, I think it was hole 17. Actually, tried to go for a cheeky eagle. Again for a fourth, but 3 eagles on the back, and yeah, just 3 pars overall with the hickory clubs. Again, no fittings. So 6 under for the front there and 12 under on the back, and 2 bogeys. I actually genuinely thought getting an eagle on the first hole was going to match, if not better, the previous score using the gold clubs, with having those fittings, having the quote unquote advantage that my controller has disconnected for some reason. That's one thing I hate about PlayStation controllers, is the charging port. That it becomes very loose, and this is a DualSense Edge. I actually have the little locking mechanism on it as well, but it just, I don't know what it is with the charging ports. But anyway, I digress. That's for another ranty video maybe. But yeah, I genuinely thought would have had an actual advantage, a genuine proper advantage over the hickories, with having the contact and rhythm and power, etc., fittings applied to the gold clubs. So for me, hands down, I prefer using no fittings. But hey, maybe it's different for you. Maybe it's the exact same, or maybe you're just, it's hit and miss. One day maybe you might be solid with the fittings, might be absolute dog crap the next day, and vice versa with no fittings. But anyway, that is where I'm going to leave this video. I just wanted to do a little test myself. As I did say at the start, I'm pretty sure a few of the guys have already done. I think Makachada and stuff have done videos similar with testing, is like the difference or what kind of advantages you can get with the fittings. Are they useful at all? But there's my little experiment anyway, to see how well I perform, because I did notice it before that I actually shoot better without the fittings as opposed to with the fittings. But that's where we're going to leave this video, so thank you all very much for watching. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, don't forget to drop it a like, and if you have not done so, or you're just brand new to the channel, do consider subscribing. I will talk to you all in the next one. Until then, take care, have yourselves a good one, and bye for now.